everybody. Welcome to Ain't You a Peach? Lep in his faces.
I was born with it. What can I say?
We kind of have an exciting show. I don't know how many of y'all listen to our show. I don't even know how. What are we looking at? Like 6 months ago? Well, I can't remember if it was when we were on Mojo or when we weren't. But we actually did a show on the Georgia Guidestones a while back.
But we were here. Yeah.
And now that all the excitement happened last week, we're kind of doing a recap of our show because now we have a lot more information. And yeah, so I thought it was pretty interesting. And it happened the day after my birthday. I had an exciting birthday weekend with CERN the day of my birthday, and then the Guidestones the day after my birthday, and then the French obelisk the day after the Guidestones. And yeah, it's just been kind of a exciting
week. Yeah, and that's what the George Washington Monument is an obelisk.
Mm-hmm. Now, any of you who have been down the rabbit hole quite possibly know this, but the representation of it has to do with some male anatomy.
Oh,
so if you do some research on the symbols and stuff and the satanic,
is it kind of like a Corvette?
No. So I mean, it's kind of like the Christmas balls that you put on your Christmas tree. You can look up that and it looks like the partner to the obelisk.
Obelisk. So in other words, one's the twig and the other be the berries.
Yes, there you go. So yeah, all of this stuff has a sexual context to it. That's just
I thought I was
like I said, it's one of those things. If you've been down the rabbit hole, you know these things, and if you haven't, then you think people like me are crazy, even though it's proven. It's even in a lot of this is in the Bible. So that's why God pretty much forbade us for participating in these pagan holidays, because they all represented sexual gods and goddesses and parts of their anatomy and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, there you have it. It's just been a really exciting weekend for me. So what'd you do all week?
Let's see, this last week. Well, I did go visit Family in Colorado. That was fantastic. I do have a picture of all the whole family. I guess I should have sent it to you, and you could go, hey, here's Lep's family. I should have thought of that sooner, but I didn't. Or is it still loaded? It might be right here. Anyway, drove to Colorado and visited family, which was fantastic. I had a super time. Short, unfortunately, very short. Didn't last long. Came back home, and what have I done to be a good boy? Oh, I mowed the lawn. And yesterday I was a bad boy in a sense. I went to the Chinese restaurant, and they have, if you get the buffet to go, they charge you by the pound, and I think I blew like $24 on dinner. But I got two of the
how much pound?
Too damn much. I think it was like $5 or something.
So you paid, you said 24?
27-ish or something.
So what'd you get? Like 5 pounds of food?
Pretty much, yeah. I really did. I got two, they give you those little white plastic fold-up containers. Well, I got 2 of those, and I also got 2 of the soup containers. And what I did is in one of the soup containers, I mixed up my most favorite munchies. I take the rice noodles that they have on the bar and mix that in with the kimchi, which is a pickled Korean cabbage. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Good stuff, Maynard. And then the other soup container, I put wonton soup in it with like 5 wontons in there. There's more wontons than there is broth in it. And then I took one of the styrofoam containers, the little meals in a box kind of thing, and completely filled it with kitty on a stick or teriyaki chicken, if you prefer.
I just caught that
And,
kitty on a stick. Sorry.
yeah, kitty on a stick. Well, I had some friends that had friends come in from like back east in Virginia or North Carolina, something like that. And my friends knew the owners of the Chinese restaurant that they took the visiting family to. And one of the family members said, "Ooh, that is so good. What was that?" It's the teriyaki chicken on the little skewer. And the friend of mine told her company, "Oh, that's kitty on a stick." And since they knew the owners, they got with them. And when the gal went up, "So I don't believe you," went up and asked the owner, "Gee, what is this?" And the owner says, "Oh, that's kitty on a stick." So since that story, it's cute as hell. So since that story, and whenever I get teriyaki chicken, it's always kitty on a stick anymore. But I filled up one of those white containers completely with kitty on a stick. That's why it cost me so much. I have in the fridge, I have 2 of those Rubbermaid Tupperware bowls, not the tall one, but the middle-sized one. One's full of all the chicken and broccoli, beef and broccoli, sweet and sour chicken, General Chow chicken, all of that stuff is in one. And then the kitty in a stick filled up the other one. So I have 2 of those full. The container with all of the rice noodles and kimchi. And then I have the other one with all the wonton soup in it. So I've got enough food in the fridge from that one visit to the Chinese place to eat. I ate last night. I've picked on it all day today. I'll probably be munching on it through Sunday.
So that's what I was going to say is, so you spend about $30, give or take, tip and whatever.
30, 40, yeah.
Or about a week's worth of food.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, because I just spent 50 something for very, very little food. So yeah.
Yeah, but you have 4 bodies in your house and 40 dogs.
Okay, so tip for everybody. It apparently is cheaper to go buy a bunch of Chinese food from the buffet and take it home and eat on for a week than it is to go to the grocery store and buy meal stuff to cook, and you're saving the time. So everybody go get your stick on the kitty so that you can afford it in this Biden, inflation. Okay, there we go.
And with all the Biden inflation, what you need to do is go to preparewithmojo50.com. But I don't think they have kitty on a stick. What that is that's your portal into My Patriot Supply food. And you can get the 4-week or the 4-month on sale. Save about $100 on each one. And there's 2,000 calories per person per day in those meals. That's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snatches. And you can't go wrong. All you got to do is go on over to preparewithmojo50.com. Don't you know? And like I say, that'll get you to the grub.
You ready for your daily hello?
I are, my dearie. I are.
There we go.
I love that music. Good afternoon, my fellow Ain't You Peachers. Happy Sunday. It's the 198th day with 166 still to go in 2022. Today is National Lottery Day, and if you win, please share and celebrate the way lotteries contribute to local and state programs. Lotteries date back to the 15th century. While early lotteries funded village needs by feeding and clothing the poor, they also strengthened defenses. It's National Tattoo Day, of which I have none, that recognizes history, culture, and the artist dedicated to etching ink permanently on the skin. The word tattoo isn't from a fantasy island where he would say the plane. It's derived from the Polynesian language for tattoo, which means to tap or mark. Evidence of humans marking their bodies with permanent designs have existed for thousands of years. Egyptian and ice mummies reveal several forms of religious and status symbols. It's also National Yellow Pig Day. And you ask, what is a yellow pig? That honors the unique attributes of the number 17 and its significance to mathematics. Consider these facts. The number 17 is a prime number in the arena of prime numbers. Add the first four prime numbers together and 17 is their sum. The list goes on. It's also World Emoji Day. Make sure to catch those new emojis when they get released. The day encourages us to use emojis to send unique messages. Emoji, Japanese expression, roughly means a picture word and was created by Sakikoka Kurata in 1990. It's also National Wrong Way Corrigan Day that commemorates the transatlantic flight of the Irish-American stunt pilot from Texas, Douglas Corrigan. He gained notoriety for an unplanned transatlantic flight to Ireland on July 17th, 1938. With only a magnetic compass, Corrigan advised officials he was returning to California from New York. According to the story, after takeoff, cloud cover prevented Corrigan from accurate navigation. When he dropped below the clouds hours later, he saw nothing but water. Then Corrigan realized his navigation was off. Despite the confusion, he continued on his journey. Surprisingly, 28 hours later, he landed in Ireland. It's also National Ice Cream Day, and that offers up every flavor on the menu to honor the day. Thousands of years ago, people in a Persian Empire put snow in a bowl, poured concentrated grape juice over it, and ate it as a treat. When the weather was hot, they would savor this sweet treat. It's also National Peach Ice Cream Day, and that sweetens the day with a few scoops at the peak of peach season. It's day 856 of 14 to flatten the curve. Thank you, Liberty Lighthouse, who was on last night at 8 p.m. Eastern. If I had $1 for every time I had an existential crisis, it wouldn't matter because money is currency and a social construct, and life is meaningless.
Okay.
No?
So I think most of you know what the Guidestones are. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So we shouldn't. Do you think? I mean, okay, just a little synopsis as to
synopsis. You want me to give them a little background?
Quickly, because I don't think we have much time on this half. Yeah, go ahead. Quickly give like a thing. Yeah.
Like a thing. I have a thing. The Georgia Guidestones were a set of granite monuments that stood in Elbert County, Georgia, at the highest point. They were built in 1980, and they lasted until just the other day, past Jamie's birthday in 22. They were 19 feet 3 inches long. They were made from 6 granite slabs weighing a total of 237,746 pounds. The structure was sometimes referred to as the American Stonehenge. On their sides, there is an inscription that reads the 10 rules, if you will. Maintain humanity under 500,000 in perpetual balance with nature. Guide reproductive wisely. Improve fitness and diversity. Number 3, unite humanity with a living new language. I believe that transpired without their help. That would be computer languages of ones and zeros because that's universal. Number 4, rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Number 6, let all nations rule internally, resolve external disputes in a world court. Number 7, avoid petty laws and useless officials. Well, they haven't been to America lately. Number 8, balance personal rights with social duties. Number 9, prize truth, beauty, love, and seek harmony with the infinite. Number 10, be not a cancer on the earth. Leave room for nature. I reiterate, leave room for nature. Now, those 10 rules were inscribed on all of the tablets in all kinds of languages. It was written in English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindu, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. The very top, a capstone has engraved upon it. As I scroll back up, where did it go? I had it like 1 second ago. And the capstone, let these be guide stones to an age of reason. That's on the top capstone. It was written in Babylonian, in cuneiform, in classical Greek, in Sanskrit, and in ancient Greek hieroglyphs. And let's see, they got gold boom. That's pretty much the major background, I think. Did I miss anything as my quick overview? I mean, it does have astronomical features associated with it, as well as the hole in the very top capstone every day at noon would illuminate a pillar of light in the center. Ms. Jamie?
Okay, so in case any of you didn't know what happened, here we will show you all a nice little video, and these will be posted on Twitter, of course. Can you see the video? It's not
Yes,
moving.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. So it's a video showing the boom. Which, okay, so me and Lep kind of differ on our opinion of this. For me, I see the light that's on the back side of the parking lot. It kind of flashes, and me and him both, like I said, we kind of differ on our opinion on this, but I feel like it was some kind of DARPA. Okay, what did you call that?
An energy beam?
Yeah, like an energy beam, DARPA type of whatnot.
Now, like you say, as you notice, the light does flare. I wonder if it's sending out a signature of some sort, and an electric signature to detonate the dynamite that you, well, I still think it looks like you with your hair up and a hoodie on, that the guy sat in the middle and then left in the brand new
right,
Volkswagen
exactly.
car that looks like yours, but that's just me.
Okay, see, now notice, because remember you mentioned too that you felt like it was a reflection from the explosion, from the
shockwave, right?
But if you notice behind the thing, when it does that, you can't see anything behind it, which to me, if it was a reflection from the Godstone, that everything behind that thing would have been lit up also.
But it's simultaneous with the explosion. That's why I was thinking that it was just the shockwave from the dynamite being illuminated in the light, making it flare. I could be wrong.
But I still feel like if that was what it was, that it would have also lit up the stuff behind that light post.
No, because the light's not behind it.
I know, but if it was a reflection of what was coming off of the Godstone, it would have lit up what was behind the light. See what I'm saying? If there's an explosion somewhere, it's going to light up all around in whatever direction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not doing that there. You see what I'm saying? It's that flashes and then it bloom, but nothing behind that thing. So to me, it's not coming from the Godstone. It's coming from the pole to the Godstone. Okay, so that is one. And then we also have this other one. Where is that? Is it there? There it is. Okay, so this will also be posted. It's a video that shows explosion of the Georgia Guidestones, and then it shows a car leaving the place.
To me, that looks like a Volkswagen.
Yeah, and it's white too, right? Okay,
It's like
so
that brand new Volkswagen just purchased in Atlanta.
and let me also point out something else really quick on this. Hang on until it gets back to the explosion part, and I will show
Oh yeah,
you.
and that's the cop video, right?
Okay, so and of course it's
Not found. On that cop video too, they show the kid
yeah, I'm trying to find,
trying to
sorry.
find it. I'm just filling time while you're hunting.
So what I was going to point out, which I can't get that video to play again,
Load.
the time on it. Let me see if it's on another one.
Or try and hit reload on the tab itself.
Actually, I've got this one, I think is the one that you're talking about right here. Okay, guessing it wasn't an invisible lightning. Okay, so if you notice, there is somebody running towards it. Now
We'll
this
just call him Jamie.
It miraculously appeared, and then they show the person running towards it, and then they go to the news person, and then they come back and they show it explode, and the exact same thing that I was showing where the light thing is lighting up, but this one doesn't show the time on there. Let me see.
One of them does show it timed with the guy running and then the car driving away.
This one does, but it's not close.
That one shows your pulse on the light really well.
Yeah, that too. This one is really slowed down enough to where you can see the light up. The thing that I was trying to find on that other video, which it disappeared on me, but is that the time of the actual explosion is 3:33. Okay, anyone who knows, who's been down the rabbit hole, knows what the 33 in
and at the level of that's the level of bad guys, isn't it?
33 represents the highest degree of a Mason.
Right.
33-degree Mason. 33 is a number that's used in quite a bit of things to represent evil things going on. So it's, to me, very coincidental that it happens to go at 3:33. Okay, then there's also some other stuff. Okay, so
that one didn't show your pulse of the light very well, or did I miss it? Come in. Is that commercial already?
Yeah, already.
Holy fire truck!
I know. So
we
anyway,
just started.
Okay, let me get this real quick. So it has something to do with the distance from the Guidestones. If you're looking at it on a map and you draw a line from the Guidestones to the UN, it is supposedly 666 miles. Then if you follow that line further out, I can't remember exactly. I'm gonna have to look and see. I can't remember exactly where it ends up, but it's another pretty evil place. So I mean, it's just really coincidental and weird, all the looking at it on the line. So we are going into a commercial, and we will see everybody in just a few minutes.
We'll be back in 2. So what a sneeze. Oh. God. My nose looks as big as the one in the picture. We fill the same space. Ever since I mowed yesterday, I guess all the dry, because I mean, it was more crushing the grass than it was mowing the grass.
Find the okay, so United Nations 666, but there was something, and I don't remember where it was that I saw that had the distance past it. It's supposed to be something.
Well, half of it would be 3033.
Let's see.
Yeah, my nose, I hate allergies. And I took a Benadryl. You're not get to hear yesterday's music, huh? You won't get to hear yesterday's show.
I mean, I can if I listen. I mean, if I turned on the radio.
Oh.
I can't go in the chat because somebody blocked me.
Right. I guess we could all go hang out in the Rock'em Sock'em room.
Call was caused by a lightning strike.
Uh-oh, I heard a beep.
Like I'm gonna find it. Okay, we're back. Okay, so I couldn't find what I was looking for a minute ago. I did find and I will upload this also into
You couldn't find what you were looking for. I thought that was Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Funny.
It was a freebie.
Okay. So I'm going to pull this up. Okay, so this shows the map. That is the Guidestones, and that is the UN headquarters, and it shows the map from the Georgia Guidestones to the United Nations headquarters. And it shows it as 666.78 miles from the Georgia Guidestones. Now,
so that they're implying the satanic aspect of it, with it being 666.
Right. Then there's also some stuff, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it either, but it had to do with the ley lines.
Yeah, but our boys were eugenists and Klans members. They weren't occultists. As far as I know, the Klan doesn't play with devil worship. That's verboten.
No, they're all the same. They're all the same. They're just different. You can't tell me that what the KKK stands for is godly. So
no, I'm not saying that they were. No, they think so.
Okay, well, what I'm saying is that they're all evil, and they're all tied in together and all that kind of stuff. So I can't find the thing on the ley lines. I found it on a video the other day, and I meant to get some stuff on it, but totally forgot. And
more in thought that they stuck it where they stuck it because of the height. They really wanted it in the county below, but they talked them into this county, or at least, excuse me, darn it. At least according to, what was it? Dark who that we watched? Dark Hour, Dark somebody or another. About dark. Damien Dark.
Oh, darn. This guy's video.
Dark clouds over Elberton.
Right. Okay. So the point to the matter is when there was someone who went to a lot of trouble to do all the ley lines, like American ley lines. So the whole United States and all the ley lines.
Well,
So-
ley lines have been around since the beginning of time, though.
Anyway, as I'm trying to say, so if you look at the ley lines and you follow them to various different areas, it like one part of this particular one goes up to the northern part of Canada. I can't remember the name of it. It's not Alberta. But there's apparently some satanic something up there. Then it comes down, it goes to Georgia Guidestones, goes across, and basically it makes a pentagon. And every corner of this thing is some satanic, evil something at it. So the ley lines all made a pentagram. The fact that the Georgia Guidestones to the UN, which everybody knows the UN is not a good thing, 666 lines, the bomb going off at 333, which is a Masonic symbol, the 33. I believe it was taken down on purpose. I think it's a distraction from what's really going on. A lot of stuff under our noses, and they always pull one distraction after another to get you to look this way instead of looking that way. So that's my opinion of the whole thing. But then, like you said on that movie,
Right.
that's where I found out things that I didn't know, which is that so the name, I always thought R.C. Christian was just a cover-up name. And I still do, but I believe that it has to do with Robert Merriman,
right.
and Dr. Kirsten, which is Christian it's like the old way of
old spelling.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have R.C. Robert Kirsten Christian, R.C. Christian. Both of these guys knew each other. They were both up in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Then there's another man, William Shockley, he was the man who created the transistor and the semiconductor. Okay, so when he retired from all of that, he got into the eugenics.
Them damn useless eaters.
Right. So for 2 decades, he had no degree in this or anything else. This is just his belief. He basically always had extreme views on race and human intelligence.
I.e., if you're not of the Caucasian race, your intelligence was subpar.
Yeah, pretty much. So he thought that it would help with future humanity. He described it the most important aspect of his career. Okay, so he claimed that Black people were genetically and intelligently inferior to white people.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say that backwards?
No, he thought that Black people were genetically intellectually.
Right. I thought you had said it in reverse. I thought you said white people were inferior, and it's like backwards.
He apparently never had any contact with Black people at all. Anyway, he's friends with Merriman and Kirsten. They were all friends. The way that they connected it to Kirsten is they found the banker kept all the paperwork in a
Mhm.
IBM case. He was supposed to have gotten rid of it, but started thinking, well, maybe I'll write a book, which he never did. And he apparently forgot all about the case, so it never got destroyed. So here's all this stuff. And apparently him and Kirsten stayed in contact with each other, but he never knew him as anything other than RC. Basically, he totally forgot about all this. So he's showing it to these people who are making this documentary, and they're like picking through it, this, that, and the other, and they find this thing. All I had was the address of it was it Kirsten's house or Mary? I can't remember which one. It was one of the two of their house.
Merriman's. It
Okay.
had Merriman's on one, and then up in the upper corner was Dr.
Well, one of it
Christian's
said,
address.
well, one of the envelopes said in care of, that was the magazine subscription, and it
Right.
said in care of Robert Merriman. So the address was in Fort Dodge, and anybody knows you can
Right.
go in and you can do research and find out who owns what property. It's public knowledge.
Public records.
Right. So they narrowed it down to them. Then they did some interviews of their families, because both of these people are, all of them are dead now. Did research about said people, found all the connections between all three of them and this, that, and the other. So they were all three involved in the eugenics and all that kind of stuff. There were people that literally confirmed that, yes, he was the one behind it. Couldn't really explain why or anything else, but the confirmation was there as to they were all eugenists. They all believed that population needed to be reduced because useless people, that kind of thing. That's, to me, the guide population wisely. That one sentence, well, to me, that aims towards the abortion. That to me, you got to remember Sanger and Gates' father were the ones that started, Planned Parenthood. Is all
Right.
about the same time as these guys. It just it's all this huge connection. You got Duke. He was here. Also, Shockley actually sued the Atlanta Constitution at one time years ago for something to do with some Nazi thing that they were doing, and the Atlanta Constitution wrote a bad article about it, and so he sued them because they were bad mouthing it.
Right.
So I mean, they were all very well known to be Nazis or racist or eugenist or whatever, and totally pro-abortion, pro get rid of the people who are useless to us, and only go with higher IQs and this, that, and the other. So then we came with the Planned Parenthood, and this thing came up and gives you the whole guideline how to do it. I mean, pretty much, look at it that way. The population, we need this much population, get rid of everybody else. So they're going to pick and choose who are the best people to keep on our team. I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah, they went boom at 403.
No, not the video that I looked at. It said 333 on the video that I saw. You can see
Right.
the timer counting down. It said 333.
Right. All the ones I've seen were all 404, basically 4008.
Oh, that's weird. Because I originally heard 430. And then I started seeing the videos, and the videos said 333. So I honestly have no idea.
Right. I was curious. I was just trying to verify the 330 bit, and everything I can find says around 4 a.m., and then the one that has the counter, it's like 4 a.m. and 48 seconds, 40 seconds.
Let's see.
Sorry, my allergies are got my nose running like a damn freight
You
train.
have an issue.
When do I?
'Cause
You know
have-
what wouldn't make my nose run so bad, I'll bet, is if I went over to mojolaserpros.com and that gives you your portal into Romika Designs. I bet you I can get them to laser print some nose plugs so it would quit running. I bet you Ron could do that.
I see what
They
it
can
was.
print almost everything else. And all you got to do is go over to mojolaserpros.com. That's right. And that'll take you into Romika Designs.
Okay, I see
Oh,
what it is.
ma'am.
It's the seconds. That's what it is. It's the seconds and the what do they call them? Okay, so it's like you got your hour,
Minutes.
minute, and your seconds. Okay, it's the
Mm-hmm.
minutes, seconds, or 333.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. Yeah, but I knew there was a 333 in there. So
So it's on that's 333 tenths of a second.
right, exactly. So I mean, I don't know. May I have
I
nothing?
did see it
Yeah,
at 38. I only saw it in 2 digits, and I did see 38. So that
Yeah.
would be very, very close. I could see where they came
Well,
up with
the one I just looked at literally said, hang on.
yes, that's what I was gonna say. Share with the class while I blow my nose again.
Okay, I'm trying to. Gotta look it up again. Okay.
I wonder, do they make nose tampons?
Nose tampons.
Yeah. You know, slightly smaller than when your nose is running like a damn sieve. You can just and plug it up or
Probably.
up it plug. I feel like I'm sounding like W.C. Fields. And I mean, it's straight up allergies. It's just in my nose, and then I'll sneeze and the roof of my mouth will itch like crazy. It's like, ooh, give me sandpaper.
Okay, so see that?
403.
Okay, so see, it changed over to 3.
Right. So the 403
Time of the explosion.
and
Yeah.
33 seconds.
Right.
So
So
3 and 33 seconds. I believe, I mean, just speculatively, I think that's a coincidence, but
I mean, it could
ooh,
be.
can you go back to that video for a quickie second? Because I wanted to watch the
Or-
light pulse.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of curious about that. As I'm not certain whether the light. Hey, there's that little what is it? Oh yeah, Volkswagen.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, here you go.
Well, that's what they were saying in D Live last week that it was you.
Mhm.
But I thought your car was white. It
It
must
is.
be that halogen light that made it look. Oh,
Okay,
okay, damn!
It replays it, I
It
think.
goes so quick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess it does. Hang on. Okay.
Got your finger on the button. I see. Good girl. Okay, boom. See, it does seem to pulse
Over there
into
first.
it.
Yeah. To me, it lights up first and then it explodes.
Like maybe some sort of plasma. But
Well,
I don't
that's
see
what I think.
how.
Kind of
I want
laser.
to see another look at the daylight. Is there 2 sets of lights? Because there's the power pole very much on the right there.
No, that's actually a camera.
Still, it's a pole.
That's a camera, and then there's a camera from what view we're looking at. So those were the only 2 cameras that I saw when I was there. Was the one that we're looking from now,
And then there was a light pole over yonder.
right.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It does look rather flame and gaseous, doesn't it?
Suspicious. It's suspicious. Just admit it. All suspicious. I gotta put that over there. Okay. So all this stuff will be
Shared on our
Yeah.
book of tubes, or our tubes of book face.
yeah.
Tubes of you. That's it. that's where we're at.
I think it's
Like
pretty
those.
interesting, though, especially, the fact that the connections that these people had, the fact that they were involved in eugenics, the fact that they had so many people fooled as to what it actually stood for, what this whole thing was. Because you got to think now, okay,
I wonder if them boys had ever been.
I know for me, this is true, is most of us up until 2019 were happily working, doing our jobs, living our lives, nothing interesting going on, really not a whole lot of time to sit at home and play on your computer and do things that maybe you would normally do. And then here came COVID, and everybody and their brother started, things started leaking, things started tweaking at people, going, hey, look at this, hey, look at, all that kind of stuff. And more people started diving down into the hole. I am as guilty as anyone, thanks to, the two roughs that drugged me down the hole. Anyway, yeah, there's always been flat earthers. There's always been rabbit hole, conspiracy theory, all that kind of stuff. There's always been that, but they were the odd man out.
Mm.
Where when all of this stuff happened with COVID and people were off of work and they didn't have anything to do, they couldn't leave their house and, all that kind of stuff, people really started waking up.
Opening their eyes.
Yes. And I think that because my understanding, as long as I've lived here, as long as I have known about them, is I've never heard of them being, vandalized as much as they have been recently. I'm not saying that they haven't been vandalized before, but it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't something that you really knew about. You didn't hear it on the news. You didn't, it was just kind of, okay, whatever. Like somebody that goes out and vandalizes graves or something. You don't hear about it. It's just someone being rebellious and doing stupid things. Where now it started becoming more of a thing when people are putting the NWO on there or satanic signs and stuff like that, and the threats of blowing them up, and just the various different things of people actually coming to light about what these could possibly actually be, not what everyone thought that they were. So yeah, that's part of the reason that I feel like they went on, and a mixture of distraction on top of people were onto them. So,
well, the media is a thoroughly controlled market. There's like 6 main people that have all the cards, if you will, and they all are on the same page. So it's honky dory, follow suit, bobbity bobbly boo. Unfortunately, we don't have any actual journalism anymore that says, we need a good old-fashioned dragnet news. Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. Man robs bank, gets away with $100,000. Okay. It didn't say whether it was a white guy, a black guy, an orange guy, or a purple guy. It was just an individual. Okay, I can live with that.
But now you can't even say that. You can say it's a white guy. But God forbid if you say it was a black man or a Mexican or any other, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay to say it's a white guy. But it's that headlines are totally deceiving. And they say exactly it doesn't matter what channel you listen to. It's the same.
No, it doesn't. It
word
is.
Word.
Do not let a crisis go to waste.
I mean, it's totally ridiculous. I mean, I remember because I grew up, I know that you remember the Cronkite,
Walter Cronkite.
Back then, when the news
and good night from the news.
They didn't give you the news and push it.
No, they gave you the news. They didn't give you their opinion.
Yes, and you listened to it and took it for what it was, and either did your research or didn't do your research, and went whichever way that you wanted to go with it. Now it's they're pulling so hard to go this way or the other way. I mean, it's
I mean,
just
they all say the same thing. It's pretty much everything. Go left, go left, go left. And now they're going to maybe get the amendment to the Constitution and get Roger Moore's in there, where nobody should have a gun. And if you do, you get it licensed and you get it registered. And you no, that's exactly why the Second Amendment was written. It is to stop tyrannical government from overstepping its bounds. Think Sri Lanka. I think we need to do that. Maybe go visit, Nancy and Pencil Neck Geek Schumer and Schiff and all of them kind of people, and Cocaine Mitch and a whole group of them, and just run them out of town on a rail. You're done, fired, over it. See you, bye, gone.
That's the only problem. I mean, it's just like the thing with term limits and stuff like that. The problem is we can push for said term limits, but who's going to vote on it? Not going to let us vote on it, because they know good and well they'll be voted out like that.
Hell yes. Well, look at Peter Serafin's.
They're the ones that vote whether or not they get a raise, whether or not they get a term limit. They vote for it, not us.
Exactly. Well, look at Peter Serafin's, bill that he's trying to get passed. If you submit a bill in the House of Representatives, it will be for one thing. It won't be for 573,000 things, 2,900 pages, one page. I want red lights to be on for 30 seconds more, whatever. It's one line, one piece of paper, cut and dried. Do you think that'll be adopted? Hell no.
I mean,
that's how they get their kickbacks. They bury crap in one of the things they just passed, some kind of, I don't know, gun legislation or whatever. There's $7 billion for mental health. What the hell does they don't go together?
The sad thing is they want to pass a bill for mental health, but they're not going to use it for the mental health that's needed, like the people who think that they're not who they are. You know who I'm saying? I mean, to me, it's ridiculous, because that's, it's like both sides playing each other. Okay, we're going to give you this and we want this, so let's put them both in the bill and we'll all sign it. Otherwise, I'm not signing it.
Exactly. And that's exactly what they do. This guy adds this, that guy adds that. There's 300 of them yahoos. So by the time you have everybody adding what they want in, it does turn out to be 3,000 pages long.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
But, we're getting to that point. So everybody, that's part of this, but that's part of this whole waking up thing is, and it's sad that a lot of these people don't want to wake up to these people that they voted in, or half of them probably didn't even vote to begin with, but they like them, to understand how evil they are and what their hands are actually in. It's just like the thing with Hunter and all the crack. It's funny because there's actually a video from 1980 something of Biden passing the cocaine and crack trafficking bill, okay, right. and a very, very, very stiff penalty, but yet what is his own son doing? I mean,
crack cocaine.
So, and I know it was in the 80s, but it's still the point. Do your thoughts on things change that drastically? I mean, sorry, my son's a crackhead now, so I'm not following with that bill now.
And that's the smartest man I know.
I know. Seriously? But it's just ridiculous, because these people are so evil that are in our government and running our government. And, as we've talked about over the past month, all these secret, groups and clubs and whatnot that are controlling not just us, other countries too. And people are still just twiddling their thumbs and looking the other way. And it doesn't matter what you say, they are not going to wake up. It will have to slam them in the face and say, hey, time to die now.
You know, you've got your groups, the BIS, the
Club of Rome.
Club of Rome, the Committee of 300. Those are the boys driving the boat. What we have to say, don't mount to a hill of beans. The only thing that'll save our derrieres is a nice big asteroid. Or Yellowstone going kaboom.
Bye.
See you next week, everybody.